rounds of action in the middleweight division. Fighting out of the red corner tonight. He's weighing in at 165-pound, wearing the red trunks and fighting for American Top Team. From Atlanta, Georgia, and Duke Vernon. All right, fighting out of the blue corner tonight. He's wearing the black trunks with the red trim. Weighing in. He's weighing in at 165 as well. He represents King's Thai Boxing. Also some fans in the crowd tonight. Right here in New York City, Jay and Duco Rodriguez.
All right, back with you on Friday Night Fights here. Ariel Agami with the mayor himself, Elijah Clark, for the first time joining us in the broadcast booth, and Phoenix Carnevale along as well, the creator of Everything Martial Arts. We are set for fight number 3 of the evening. 10 scheduled bouts in all. This will be Jay Rodriguez out of the Bronx, New York, by way of the Dominican Republic. He's going to be taking on another Atlanta native, the Duke, and Duke of Vernon, who fights for American Top Team. We're underway in round 1.
Wasted no time going at it.
This amateur bout involving shin guards. And Duke of Vernon making his amateur debut. Jay Rodriguez comes in with a 3-2 record. Referee for this fight, Kevin Mulhall. The Duke lands a little bit of a teep there. Back comes Rodriguez. Guys tied up in the corner here, and Duke of Vernon in red. Jay Rodriguez in black with red trim. And a spill there by Vernon as he tries to go up high.
For 165, not really, no.
As Elijah just said, this fight taking place at 165 pounds. Jay Rodriguez 5'11", and Duke of Vernon at 6 feet even. So pretty comparable in that category. Rodriguez trying to muscle the Duke around just a bit. A huge ovation from the crowd here at Lucky Strike Manhattan when Rodriguez was introduced. He's representing King's Thai Boxing in New York, just a few blocks away on 36th Street. And Rodriguez starting to close some ground now. Walking down, and Duke of Vernon throwing the hands. Rodriguez wailing away here. Not sure how much damage those punches did, but he was doing more work here. As round number 1 winds down, a couple of more punches land up top for Rodriguez.
Rodriguez looked like he's slowing down a bit.
You want to punch yourself out in round number 1. We have a possible 2 more scheduled rounds here, a 3-round amateur bout. This is Friday Night Fights. Round 2 underway here. And Duke of Vernon and Jay Rodriguez, who closed round 1 with a flurry. We know who's on the home turf right here. It's Rodriguez representing King's Thai Boxing.
Really good combination from Rodriguez.
Again, Vernon making his amateur debut, and he's on the road, kind of in hostile territory, coming up from Atlanta. So you have to figure there's some jitters there. Good team by Rodriguez to keep Nduka off him, and then he lands a couple of punches up top for good measure. Watching Friday Night Fights presented by Chang Beer. Coming to you from Lucky Strike Manhattan for the second time. We were at Broad Street Ballroom last month where we saw my broadcast partner this evening, Elijah Clark, dominate against Alexander Olave. Now we're back on the west side of Manhattan on 42nd Street. Again, Rodriguez walking Vernon down.
Yeah, but Rodriguez is walking forward with his hands down. I'm surprised Vernon is not capitalizing on that.
Nduka Vernon trains at American Top Team in Atlanta, Georgia. Trains under Devorius Tubbs and Harris Norwood, who we've seen here on Friday Night Fights. Rodriguez again throwing punches. Tries the round kick, checked off by Vernon there. Latter stages of round 2. Schedule 3, an amateur bout here. Shin guards, part of the deal here in this bout. Though Jay Rodriguez has been doing most of the work, Vernon looks a bit gassed as well. Final 10 seconds here. Rodriguez again, trying to close the show in style. Oh, best strike of the round, of the fight there for Vernon at the end, but he lost his balance after landing a shot to the midsection of Rodriguez. What do you think so far, Elijah? It looks like Jay Rodriguez has been the aggressor, at least been coming forward for most of the fight, and Nduka Vernon hasn't had a chance to kind of get into his rhythm here in his amateur debut. Yeah,
most definitely. I definitely give the first 2 rounds to Rodriguez. He's the one pushing the pace. You can see he's getting a little bit tired, but I think Vernon is a little bit more exhausted than he is.
What's your strategy here, Elijah? You feel like you're probably losing after the first couple of rounds. You feel like you need to do something big to score in the final round and probably score a knockout if you intend to win the fight, or at least a couple of knockdowns. What, for a young fighter who's just getting started in his career, what's the mindset going into this situation?
I think the mindset should be, his corner should be letting him know to just put it out on the line. And I mean, you have shin guards on, just let the kicks fly. That's one of the beauties of fighting with shin guards, you can just let the kicks fly.
Excellent point there, Mr. Mayer. Round 3 set to go, Rodriguez and Vernon. Seen 2 fights and 2 decisions thus far. We'll see if we get to another one. Vernon opening up a little bit here, but again, Rodriguez getting the better of these exchanges. Checked a couple of Rodriguez kicks, but again, the Bronx native just putting in more work, simply doing more in the ring.
Rodriguez looks a little bit more balanced than Vernon is, so he's landing more solid strikes.
Rodriguez, his 6th amateur fight here tonight on Friday Night Fights. Nduka Vernon making his amateur Muay Thai debut. Vernon in red, Rodriguez wearing black with red trim. Round 3 of a schedule 3 here in this amateur bout. Still 7 more exciting fights to come, including Chris Makusa, Super Swiss, taking on Pavel Zavastowski. That'll be our main event. We'll also see Ariel El Asesino Abreu take on the Reaper, Paul Benashi.
Both fighters are starting to slow down a bit.
Time winding down here in round 3. Doesn't seem like a long time, but until you're in there, these are very tiring rounds.
Oh, trust me, it feels like forever.
You just fought a 5-round fight last month. You seem no worse for the wear, though, Elijah.
I think the more you fight, the better you get at time management in the ring. Where I think a lot of these amateur fighters learn that.
Rodriguez dumps Vernon on the mat there as time expires in round 3. That's it for this bout. Always good sportsmanship. That's one of the things I love about these martial artists, Elijah, is that there's always excellent sportsmanship, even if there seems to be a little bit of bad blood, and maybe the two guys have some words going into the fight. Once the fight's over, it's mutual respect.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And I think that's one of the reasons I love Thai boxing. You know what I mean? It's like there's a long tradition behind Thai boxing, so there's a lot of respect there. And no matter who you fight, at the end of the night, there's a lot of respect for that person stepping into the ring.
Very much a contrast to American boxing, where we see a lot of trash talking both before and after fights, guys calling each other out, guys making negative comments about each other. You really don't see that much negativity in Muay Thai.
No, you don't. I mean, you do see it a little bit, but not as much as you would Western boxing.
We just watched Jay Rodriguez go 3 rounds with Nduka Vernon. Vernon making his amateur debut tonight in the squared circle, while Rodriguez is in search of win number 4 in his amateur career. Ariel Agami with the mayor, Elijah Clark, sitting ringside at Lucky Strike Manhattan, one of the great sponsors of this Friday Night Fights promotion, along with Chang Beer and many others that we'll talk about throughout the evening. Looks like Connor Hall is ready with the official decision. Let's send it up to the ring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we do have a winner by unanimous decision. New York City's own.
There you have it, a unanimous decision victory for Jay Rodriguez.
Congratulations, you had an extraordinary